Hi everyone, it's Joe and Diane with Tips on Pips. Rule number one. Hi Diane.
Hey, Joe.
All right, rule number one, and we made it number one because we think it's the most important rule, and that is to never add to a losing position. Ever. Never do it. Don't do it. Stop. Tell us about this, Diane.
Well, it's easy to do, Joe, to add to a negative trade because you think you're doing some cost averaging and helping yourself out. You're certain that you've made a correct decision, and it's just going to take a little longer. So let's just add a little more and average it out. And honestly, it works often enough to keep people doing it. But when it doesn't work, Joe, it's painful. You've doubled your losses. It can be catastrophic. You can wipe out accounts this way.
All right, so I've zoomed in on a section of the euro yen, and this is the daily chart. And this is
hmm
really what's been happening over the course of the last couple of weeks. Walk us through this. Where are we most likely to make a mistake? What happens if we do add to a negative trade?
Sure. So if I'm looking at a chance to go long on the euro yen and looking at a double bottom, and then I see a twin down up, and I'm absolutely certain with that twin down up and a triple bottom that we're going long. So I put a long position on, it peters around for a while and then starts to drop. So that large bar that smashed through the triple bottom going down, I add another one. It goes another 30 pips, I add another one. And when it finally decides to give me some hope and turn around, Joe, it never gets back to this beginning of my original position. This is not unusual.
All right, if we look at this, remember being on the daily chart that we're seeing a move of over 500 pips. And boy, that's a lot. And what's going to happen is that instead of going negative, say like $3 or something for every pip, all of a sudden you're negative $6 per pip, $12 per pip. And at some point in time, the pain is going to be so great that you're going to close out. When you're going to close out, it'll loss just 2 or 3 times what your initial loss would have been. Or, in the case of some people, your broker is going to close you out, and then you're not going to have an account left. So, if you do this, what's going to happen to your account? Are you going to end up with an account by the end? Or is your account going to go away?
Very possible that the account goes away. And the problem is when you get yourself stuck in a I hope strategy, I hope it's going to come back. It's got to come back. I couldn't be that wrong. I hope it turns around. The problem is we get frozen and we don't do the math correctly, and then we don't even start taking pieces of it off to do partial losses to see if it's going to come back. So it's really a very bad idea. If you're in a negative trade, then you need to make some strong decisions about a stop loss and get out of the negative and then get back in if you're correct later on about the direction or change directions. But don't add to a negative trade, Joe.
Mm-hmm. For our American friends, we also have FIFO to deal with, and that even makes the situation worse. So the idea here, Diane, is don't add to a negative trade, and if you are in a negative trend trade, then you add when A, never, or when you think it's a good idea.
A, never.
A, never, that's
My,
right.
my favorite thing to do is to add to a positive trade. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more lucrative to the bank account. Add to the positive trades, Joe.
Oh,
Don't do it to the negatives.
okay, Diane. Well, thanks for the information, and we'll look forward to talking again in rule number two.